Hi, today we're going to talk about step 5, which is adding the background details for our drawings. And the main thing we're going to think about is how we are going to increase the contrast. If our where our drawings are light, we're going to add darkness if we're using black and white. Where our drawings have warm colors, we're going to be adding cool colors. So before we get into those specifics though, we have to figure out a way to make the numbers bolder. Okay? So in my drawing here in black and white, you can see that I've outlined the 0, and now I'm adding in dark values with the pen. And you'll notice how much the dark makes the other objects stand out. Okay? Now remember, my whole drawing is not finished, so the outline really helps define the drawings and provide edges and interest and really amps up the contrast. Now these areas up here on the upper 20/20 are not done. The background cannot stay white, so you notice here, if we look at the home, how the hatching fades into the stippling, and I still might need to darken this area behind the lettering a little bit. Sometimes when we're working on our drawings really close, we can't really tell if it's finished, so we need to look at our drawings from a distance or have someone hold them up so we can see how readable our design and our work is. So if we're working in color, we're going to choose and think about the same things, and that is, you'll notice here that I've started to outline the O, the 0, and I'm not just doing it on the outside, I'm doing it on the inside. You can see here I've added some color as well, and it's starting to really give the contrast I need to make the drawing more finished and interesting. But you'll notice there's a value difference. So one of the things that's really important is that we add layers and we push hard enough to really make the border or outline pop. So if I'm using the color, and it will really help if I do the edges of the 0 first and then fill in the middle, because I don't want to get in a hurry and go into the center of my drawing. And I'm going to do the same thing on the inside of the numbers on the 0s. So I'm going to finish the outside of the number, and I'm going to finish the inside of the number as well. Now I can still have my colors transition. I chose blue down here at the bottom because my background is more purple, and I will make it more blue-violet as I come to the top. Okay. Now when I come back to my pen and ink drawing, you'll notice here I have outlined the outside, and it's really important to remember that I'm going to finish the number, the 0, on the inside as well. And so I'm going to carefully draw around, and there's nothing wrong with doing it in pencil first if you're concerned that you're not going to be maybe as steady as you would like to be with your drawing. So craftsmanship is really, really important at this stage. So even by just doing that, you can really see how it makes the numbers and the design pop out. While I'm working on outlining the numbers, I want to go back and check both of my drawings. Remember, contrast was one of the things we really stressed in our last session. So where I have warm colors, I want to choose a cool color. Where I have light, I want to have dark colors. Now, if I decide that I have dark down, I need dark in one place, I can have it fade so I can have it change. But we really want to emphasize the importance of contrast. Warm against cool, light against dark. One of the things that I can do if I'm not sure what I want to do on my drawing is I might take a piece of scratch paper and I might try different color combinations on my scratch paper so I can get an idea what it would look like if I had a blue outline and an orange center. Remember, it will be more interesting if I have a yellow orange or a red orange, or, you know, manipulate the color and add the layers of color to mix. And the very last thing, whether I'm working in black and white or in color, is going to be I'm going to sign my drawing, and I'm going to sign it at the bottom neatly, very small. I could sign it under the 2, I could sign it under the 0, or a little bit off to the side, but I'm not doing it across the bottom, I'm not doing it across the top, and I'll show you an example of that in class live, the very last thing.